Hail?
What's that mean?
What are you, from Texas? Hail means healthy.
Oh, healthy. Yeah, I feel healthy.
You look it.
Yeah.
You look,
Yeah,
how old are you now?
52.
Do you remember when you came to my show in Austin with Cheryl? You and Cheryl came to a stand-up show I did in Austin.
Yeah, where was that? Maybe at the Paramount or something, maybe?
I don't know the theaters. I mean, I know them when I'm there, but like,
Right,
you know,
right.
exactly something just like
alley
that. Is that a nice theater in downtown?
Yeah, it's right on Congress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you have to drink, Lance?
I'm having a little vodka soda.
I mean, I know you're just a body is my temple kind of guy.
Yeah, right.
So but
What is that, water?
what?
What is that?
That's just soda.
Yeah. You don't drink.
You know, that's a sore point. I mean, I'd love to drink. I love liquor. Liquor, I never had a bad thing to say about liquor. But you know what? You just can't do it at 67.
Right, it gets harder.
It's
You're
just,
67 now?
yeah.
Wow.
Is that a wow? He's still alive, or?
I think you're doing great for 67.
Yeah, I do too.
It's,
It only goes one way. Is the problem is that trend of
Right.
things getting worse and lower to the ground,
Yeah.
you know, weaker but what is the alternative? Nothing.
Not good.
Yeah, so
It's not good.
I mean, you're somebody who obviously faced death because of your ball.
Right. Yeah, one bad one.
All it takes is one, I hear.
By the way, 27 years ago. Crazy to think. Talking about this whole year, I've been just sort of thinking about time and the passage of time, and just like as you timestamp certain events in your life. Like I just timestamped one. I just said I was diagnosed 27 years ago. Right. I could timestamp, the first Tour de France, which was 24 years ago.
I do it compulsively.
Or, the birth of a child, but it doesn't matter if it's, 5, 10, 20 years ago. We all have the same reaction, I find. At least I do, and I think many others do as well, is that, wow, that feels like yesterday. Well, now, if it's a year ago and you say it feels like yesterday, you feel like, cool, we're moving slow. But if it's 27 years ago and you can say, wow, that feels like yesterday, or 20 years ago, or this year, the thing that really got me thinking about this was this year, last January, was the 10-year anniversary of doing an interview with Oprah.
Oh.
And so many people, and it was, for whatever reason.
I remember it.
Yeah, right. So do I.
It was one of those.
So,
wow.
But it made news again because it was the 10-year anniversary, and so many people would say to me, wow, it's already been 10 years? That feels like yesterday. And I pretty much spent the whole year thinking about that, just like, fuck. Because they're right. It does, to me, at least. It feels like yesterday. But the bigger...
Well, that was a big whooping you took.
Yeah, it was. But the bigger thing is, does that mean that 10 years from now is going to feel like tomorrow? So I don't know. It's just a weird thing I obsessed over this year. And yes, it was a whipping.
I remember this buddy of mine, I won't say who, when he told me this story once. He got...
What are his initials? I'm just kidding.
He got engaged to this girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were young comedians, and, you'd meet somebody on the road, and, we were lonely, so, it was love. And then he realized he couldn't go through with it. And he said he had to break up with her in front of her family. He had to fly to whatever this city was and do it that way, which was the stand-up thing to do. But with her and her family both there at the same, in the living room. And I thought, that was kind of like your Oprah thing on the level of degree of difficulty, to endure. When I saw the documentary, I don't remember what year that was. It wasn't that long ago.
The 30 for 30?
Probably that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Right. Okay. So I texted sounds like I'm name dropping, but I know that we're not the greatest buddies in the world, but we like each other. We're friendly. I think he's fantastic, Chris Evans.
Mm-hmm.
So I texted him. I said, Evans, if you are not playing Lance Armstrong in the next 5 years, you should fire your agent, because this story, I really think is like, and I think he would be great doing you. He's the right age, can cover the early and the late. You know, and I was like a story. It was very sympathetic to you. I came away thinking, wow, you know, this is a guy who kind of got sacrificed on the altar of America just wants a winner. It's like so important to, when they do surveys about America, it's always very important that we're number one. And then they ask them, what do you think we are in, like, you know, child mortality? 1, it's like we're 82, you know, we're behind like Slovenia and shit. But I felt like that's what this story is. Like, they just pushed a guy and then punished him for it. When everybody was doing it, it's just a great story. I don't know why somebody doesn't make this movie.
Yeah. Well, they've made several documentaries. They have made a feature film.
That's not this.
But they've made a feature film that Ben Foster played me.
They did?
Yep. Who it didn't, you know, you can talk to Ben about it.
He's good.
Love him. Groot. I was obviously not involved in that portrayal, but
what movie is this?
It was called The Program.
And it's specifically your story?
Absolutely.
But it's not like a Romana Clay
Yes, it is. But
so it's not actually, they use a different name.
No, they do not.
Oh, so it's actually.
Yeah.
And what would you say the theme of it was? Was it just, because if they got the theme wrong, then it's not going to work.
No, look, I've led a really interesting and complicated life, and there's a whole lot of this shit that's true, and amidst all of the fallout and all of the stories and documentaries and articles and interviews that people were doing, and just this mad rush to capture the story, you know, as is a lot of it is true, there's also a lot that's just not true, right? And so, but it just depends which view you want to take of it. But it was a messy.
But even the part that I know is true, I'm not mad at you. You know what I mean? And I think America is neither. You know, some people get canceled and they go away, and some people get canceled and they come back because people are like, yeah, you know what? It's always fun to cancel someone at the time, but then you think about it and like, oh yeah. And they kind of like come around to the point, the theme I'm saying should be the theme of the movie. It should not just.
Well, we can talk about that. Or somebody can talk about that.
Exactly. I'm just an idea man.
You and I are not going to be. And by the way,
somebody will hear it, hopefully.
I was.
Make that movie.
Funny enough, I was, as you probably know this, but watched you for many, many years. And so anything you do, I sort of pay attention to. And I saw that you were doing this hour-long special with Jake Tapper on CNN. Probably 9 months ago.
Right in this room.
Exactly. And I said, well, I'm, you know, I love Bill Maher. I said, I'm going to watch that. So I'm, my wife and I are sitting there watching it, and well, you know, all of a sudden the notion or the idea in and around cancel culture comes up.
Oh.
And I get a shout out. I said,
oh, really? From him or me?
From you.
Oh, good.
I appreciated that.
What was the context exactly?
Well, Jake was just asking about all of these things in society now, whether it's the definition of woke or.
Yeah, but how'd your name come up?
Well, he asked you about cancel culture, and you said, look, I think it's to the effect of, I think it's gone too far. And you said, for example, look at Lance Armstrong. And I really like Lance Armstrong. That's what you said.
I do.
I appreciate it. No, but by the way, nobody tipped
I wouldn't invite you here if I didn't like you.
Nobody tipped me off. I'm just sitting at home watching with my wife, struggling through these fucking long commercials that they have on CNN. And you dropped that, and I looked at my wife and I was like,
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice when it happens positively. I've also had it happen to me.
Of course,
where I'm
negatively.
watching TV. It happened twice last year. 2 shows where it's scripted shows, where there's this fucking insult.
Yeah.
And so you're like in bed, like, oh, I'll watch this light, frothy comedy. This will put me to sleep. Yeah. And you're watching, and then Bill Maher, like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that can happen. Not that I'm complaining about.
Whether I like to admit it or not, because I've been at the crosshairs of 60 Minutes twice now, but nonetheless, I love the show. I like 60 Minutes. So if I can't watch it, I'll DVR it. But this is to your point. And so not this Sunday, but the Sunday previously, they had, one of the features was on doping and horse racing, right?
Yeah.
You followed all this stuff with all of that. And so I'm watching this. This is exactly what you just said. And I'm like, I have a feeling I'm going to get brought into this. I'm not a fucking horse.
Right.
I've never been to a horse race.
Right.
And they're talking and they're going after these guys, the trainers of the horses, everything else. And then they get to this point and they said, and they're even giving these horses the same drug that Lance Armstrong took. And next thing you know, the entire screen is me on a bike. And I'm like, what? Like, I got 2 legs, they got 4.
Right.
Like, I don't know shit about horses.
It's like when somebody in the Me Too thing would do some very minor thing, and then they'd put their picture right next to Harvey Weinstein. Like, Me Too, out of control. And that's so funny, though. I mean, not to you. It was terrible probably at the time, but yeah, no, you survived it, though.
I like to think so.
No, you did.
And I knew I was going to survive.
So who is the greatest horse race, the greatest horse ever in racing? Is there such a thing like
in cycling?
Racing, horse racing. Like, who's the greatest horse?
I don't know, Secretariat or something.
Secretariat.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be amazing if he had one ball?
That'd be amazing. I don't know.
You're fine now, right? I mean, you even though they said that you had such a low chance of survival, and it never ever came back.
No, not yet. And I had, I always not
Isn't that frightening, really,
it
about
is
the
frightening.
human body.
I had my first. Look, I never think about cancer. I never worry about cancer. I never worry about a secondary. I never do, and I don't know if that's good or bad, but it just doesn't cross my mind. I do regular health checks just like everybody does. But I did get, this was the weirdest thing. I mean, not the weirdest, but this was the closest I've been to being like, oh, fuck. I got my first colonoscopy like 3 weeks ago. And I'm 52, so I'm already sort of past the time of when I think now they say, especially with my history, I probably should have started at 45. But everybody talks shit about, literally, about colonoscopies.
For a very good reason.
And I was like, outside of the prep, which is the worst part, I'm like, God, I was a little nervous about it. But it went fine. It went great. It totally clear.
Nervous about them finding something, or nervous about liking a thing up your ass?
As you know, that part you don't even know is going on. I mean, I got the what do you call it?
But here's the thing: like everything in medicine, there is not a uniformity in the idea that is the best way to.
I agree. There's a lot of data out there, or a lot of research out there. I mean, look at you're talking about whether or not colonoscopies are effective, or whether we. Well,
they're effective, but maybe there's a way that's less invasive.
Right.
I mean, once in a while, they say it's better because, like, if they see a polyp or something, they clip it, and then it doesn't. Okay.
But compare us to Europeans, right? So Americans and Western Europeans are largely similar, right? What is the percentage of Western Europeans that get colonoscopies at the age of 50? Very low, right? So there is another view and another approach to this. Nonetheless, I'm not Western European, and I fucking and I went and did it.
And they give you a little propofol. They put anything up your ass.
Man, it's
fucking put a bicycle up your ass, Lance.
You could have drove Chris Case's truck up my ass. I wouldn't have known it.
That's a Yeah, that's something I think I'm not going to do anymore, but I might. But I mean, no, because some of these things, first of all, I do think we overtest in this country. Not that testing isn't a tool we should have, but I think I forget what it is called. Something where you send your shit away in the mail. and I was telling William Shatner, I said, once in a while they should put a diamond in there, just so that people who open shit all day are like, oh, it just could happen.
Yeah, anything.
So if that's like 98% as effective, I'm always looking for the thing that's not invasive and not like, body parts. They're kind of like only good in the original, packaging. Right. I mean, they do transplants, and it's an issue obviously with trans. We have some of these things are irreversible and they're very severe, and the issue I keep raising that no one else seems to be interested in is that they, of course, have very, very serious health repercussions, as any surgery does, even minor surgery. You're only made of flesh and blood, and little tears cause bigger problems, and you know what I mean? It's all holistic.
The downstream stuff.
I'm sure I know you're crazy knowledgeable about health.
Well, I don't want to oversell it, but
no, but don't you agree with
I'm not a doctor.
That the body does work holistically, like anything anywhere affects everything everywhere?
I would, yes.
But that's not how Western medicine approaches us. They approach us, specialists. I deal with the kidneys, as if they're not connected to everything else.
Inside the body.
Yeah. I'm guessing you have some doctor on your staff who thinks that way.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I have a doctor. I don't have a doctor on staff. I'm fucking Bill
You
Maher.
only have one doctor?
It's I have one, and we just moved back to Austin. So it's when you move full time somewhere and put your family at a different place, you got to kind of start over, right? You get a new doctor, you get a new dentist, you get a new I don't know, guy that washes your car, you get all kinds of new shit. But I got a new doctor. That's who made me get the colonoscopy.
Oh, I would think you would have a team of.
Nah,
because you're an elite world-class athlete.
Yeah, was.
I know, but okay, but that they can never take that away from you. By the way,
of course. But you don't need the kind of following. I'm like a recreational athlete now, Bill.
No, I'm just talking about your health profile. Like most people don't get to. I mean, especially that sport you chose, which has got to be the worst one ever.
It's a hard one.
It's just. I mean, I remember riding my bike up a hill, like when I was a kid, and it was just obnoxious. Yeah. And I was a kid,
Here's the good news: is they now have e-bikes. This was you. I think you're like perfect for an e-bike.
E-bike.
Yeah, like an electric bike, pedal assist. So you pedal, and it's just giving you a little help. You'd love it. I drove here.
I have one.
I saw all these hills around here.
I have one of those. Somebody gave me one. It's not a convenient place to ride a bike around here. It's residential, and there's cars and
people on their phone.
It's not worth it didn't bring me any pleasure. It didn't spark joy. As she says, like it's like picking of all the medical fields, being a proctologist. Why would you could be looking at any parts of the body, but no, I'm going to take that. Why biking? Because
you can pick other sports.
You certainly must have been good at football, baseball.
No, I sucked. Absolutely terrible.
Like I said, you probably were terrible at the other sports.
Yeah. They all involve balls. Are you seeing the theme here, right? The ball, anything ball related. I struggled. Honest to God, I struggled.
Oh, man.
I struggled. You remember? This is funny. I just watched the BlackBerry documentary the other day, and it was just hit really close to home because I loved. Of course, everybody carries an iPhone now, but I loved the BlackBerry. Did you have a BlackBerry?
I did. Yes.
Okay. So
and they're back.
Just follow me here. So, so I watched this documentary. It was hard to watch, but I loved my BlackBerry, but at a moment in time, they went from having that wheel on the side to that little ball in the middle where you could sort of navigate.
I remember that.
And
ball.
I hated the ball. And so, and Jim Balzile, one of the founders there, I sent him a note and I said, you know, I've always been better with wheels than balls.
Right.
And so, and sort of pleading him to bring back that little wheel on the side, which of course he didn't do. But no, I wasn't traditional American sports, right? The Big Five, as they are known as. I sucked. I don't have great speed. I don't have great coordination in terms of side to side, and I don't have actually great hand-eye coordination. And so I didn't, and even as a young kid in Texas, I didn't play. I played those sports at a very young age and just wasn't good. And I told my mom, I said, this isn't that fun. And so.
Right. I mean, I think the thing that you're better at is the mental part. The
mental and the endurance part.
Which comes from the mental part. I mean, everybody hurts, and you just can stand it a little while longer, right?
Yeah. And actually enjoy it.
You get into the pain?
Listen, I go out by myself mostly now, so I can.
Oh, you still ride your bike?
All the time. I have my bike here in Los Angeles. I'm riding it tomorrow morning.
How far do you go?
Oh, God. These guys were asking me earlier. I said, it's not about the distance, right? Everybody says, well, and maybe people do care about distance. I personally care. We're in Los Angeles. All you have to do is start heading up any of these canyons, and you're getting vertical feet. You're climbing. So all I really care about is what I refer to as total vert for the day. So if I can go out and climb 3,000 feet, you might only ride 15 miles. Who gives a shit? It's better than going and riding 40 miles in Florida on a flat road. It is. Follow me?
I mean, it's just so.
All of a sudden, you just kind of glaze over.
I'm just.
What is he talking about?
I think of myself as somebody who stays in shape. I mean, it's very important to me.
For 67.
Yeah, for absolutely. But that's it. I mean, you're not going to like do everything you did, but I still can play basketball games and work out in the gym and. But it's just there is just a quantum difference with elite level athletes and what they put into it and what they can get out of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, keep in mind. I mean, I'm long past at 52. I don't.
Oh, long. That's not the issue.
Yeah.
No one's saying.
But it's very.
No one's trying to get you to make a comeback here.
No, thank God. That was the first time I did that. We saw how that worked out, right? But everything's different. I mean, I joked that I'm a recreational athlete. I mean, I really am. I go out for fun. I go out for my sanity. I go out. I call it therapy.
You know, the thing that comedians have over musicians and athletes is probably the greatest thrills they'll ever have happen when they're young, and not necessarily just the way
athletes
it is. Athletes
have that.
Athletes,
you're correct,
and musicians usually.
Yep.
And comedians, no. It's not always that way.
Right.
You have a good time at 67.
Yeah.
Better than ever. But
that was another one of my.
But that high that you get.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if I ever knew a high that high. Where you're like you win the Super Bowl, you win the Tour de France. I mean, that's got to be.
And it's funny. I think about that. I mean, I speak to it a lot.
It's like a drug.
I didn't. I never really got a big rush out of winning the Tour de France.
Really? Oh, come on.
No.
Come on.
Hear me out. What I got a rush out of was trying to win the Tour de France. So the process of the daily grind. And again, I don't like being around a million people on a mountainside in France. As much as I love France, as much as I love riding those mountains, I don't like people being on my mountain. So if I'm there all alone, running this process, preparing to do a job that I'm paid and expected to do, I love that. But when I get there and all these people are there and and it's just absolute pandemonium, and the race finally finishes in Paris, I'm like, all right, well, let's get out of here because go celebrate with a small group of friends, and then get ready to start running the process. Like, I loved that part.
I find it hard to believe. I'm not going to lie to you. I find I'm trying so hard to believe that there isn't like just beyond immense satisfaction in winning. Winning is good, especially when, you know what's great about it? Because the other people in the race, they're all trying to win, but you did it better than them in this whole winning thing. Yeah. So you won. I don't know. Maybe that's too Western of me. But
winning was, it would have, if you compare and contrast winning versus losing, you know, not that I felt what it was like to lose, but it would have been exponentially worse.
Right. Winning is everything, losing is nothing when you're in a sporting event. Not in life. You know, life is an ebb and flow, I think, of winning and losing. And sometimes the losing is good for you, or you need it, or it teaches you something that saves you much greater pain in the future. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Ideally.
But not in the big game. You just want to win it.
Yeah.
And it's almost harder to come close, I would imagine.
Right. Which never, you know,
not win.
Those years didn't happen. I guess there was 1 year it was close, but.
Were there years when you didn't win, but you were close to winning?
There was, well, yeah, of course. I mean, because I did come back in 2009, 2010. So 2009, I got third, but there were years as I was in this run of 7 that I was close to losing. Right. So 2003, I barely won. All the other years.
But what did you feel when you came in third?
It was terrible. It was terrible.
It was like worse than if you were just not even in the pack.
Oh, I should have just
That would have been easier to take.
Yeah, no part
more
of it.
definitive.
No part of it was.
Yeah, it's got to be tough.
I shouldn't have been there.
To be like the third best person in the whole world at something, and it's still like, yeah.
Yeah, that sucked.
That's yeah. Club Random is brought to you by the audio marketing gurus at Radioactive Media. Can you believe that the year is almost over? What are you going to do to make your business crush it in the new year? They must give you some sort of a trinket when you win.
Yeah.
And where do you have them in your house, and or you have them?
No, there've been times that they were. It just depends which house
They don't take back the statue, do they?
So what you get for winning the Tour de France is you obviously get the final yellow jersey, which you stand on the podium with, and you get a really cool trophy that's a Limoges trophy. It's beautiful. It's been the same trophy, you know, forever, and you know they make a new one every year. So no, I have all 7 of those jerseys and all 7 of those trophies. Nobody came.
I mean, they could, but they can't take away the reality that you actually won the race. That they can't take away. They can't take away time.
But this is, Bill, this is where I struggle. And look, we all know, everybody knows the story, right? But the reality is the Tour de France is it's like, you know, the World Series, the Super Bowl, the Olympic Games. What do all of these events always have? They always have a winner. They always have a winner. And if somebody, you know, got disqualified or whatever, well, then they promote somebody else, because events like Wimbledon, you name it, they have to have a winner. And so to take an event, and I really am advocating for the beauty of the race, to have an event like the Tour de France, which is one of the most iconic sporting events in the world, and just say, we don't have a winner, number one. Number two, nobody stood up and said, I deserve to be the winner because I didn't do shit. Then those, in my mind, those don't align, right? If it was your local Tiddlywinks competition and you want to and you want to, you know, put a line through somebody's name on Wikipedia, that's fine. I mean, nobody cares about that. But it isn't. It's the Tour de France,
right?
And for no one to, so you know, to your question or to your point, none of my rivals came and said, "Hey, give me the trophy."
Well, here's the thing for me about,
so they're still there
about sports. Yes, is that, you know, Pete Rose, okay, we'll never let him in the Hall of Fame, I guess, but they can't take away the hits. He actually got more hits than anybody else, and everybody knows it. So it's to me, that one, I know he wants that, but to me it's superfluous because, again, the numbers. I did a thing last year on my show about Nepo babies, and the point was that there's one thing I trust in a world where I trust almost no other institutions anymore, and that's sports. And the thing with the Nepo babies is there are children of sports figures who play. Happens all the time.
Right.
But not because they're the kid, because they're good.
Mm-hmm.
If they weren't good, I think I use the example, but there's many Doc Rivers kid plays in the NBA, but not because he's Doc's kid.
Right.
And LeBron James has a kid who he wants to play, and it's just a great feel-good story.
Now, he might play because he's LeBron's kid.
No. Never.
You're absolutely right.
Even LeBron James wouldn't allow it.
Yeah, good point.
That's the thing about
Yep.
sports. I don't trust lots of things. The government and juries and everything else. And Nepo babies, yes, they even took over modeling. But sports, I know those are the best people they can possibly find.
Okay.
And when you win, you win.
You like sports?
What was your first hint?
What's your favorite sport to watch?
Well, I watch the big three mostly, basketball, baseball, football.
Yeah.
But I don't even watch baseball during the season.
Yeah, I don't either.
I was involved with the Mets for 10 years as a minority owner, so that was exciting.
That's cool.
I grew up in the New York area, so
Yeah.
New Jersey, so I root for the Yankees. Not the Yankees. I mean, I did as a kid, but they turned me off. Mets, only in baseball. But Jets and Giants, I have problem with both of them. Knicks, still Knicks. Nets, yes, but Knicks. I mean,
okay.
But tennis, yes, I'll watch like the Wimbledon final.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great show.
I totally agree. Yeah, but that's another sport that you don't watch until the slams. Like, are you watching the tournament in Indian Wells?
Right.
And meanwhile, there's
I know
20,000 people there in the stands, like physically watching. But I love watching Grand Slam finals. But Jesus, I couldn't tell you who won the Italian Open if my life depended on it.
Right. No, I mean, soccer is obviously the world's biggest sport, right?
Huge, but can't watch it.
I can't watch it either.
I can't watch it.
Or hockey. Hockey was not in my house as a kid.
Right.
It's not American. It should not be a sport. I also think golf is not really
Whoa. Time out. Time out.
What?
I love golf.
Golf
and I love hockey.
Is more of an insult to lawns than it is a sport. Any sport where you can drive to your next opportunity, I don't think is a sport.
Chris and Roster, guys, I got to cancel that tea time tomorrow. So it's an insult to lawns.
No.
The lawns in Bel Air have been insulted. We can't play tomorrow. Let's just go, what should we do? Fucking go shoot hoops? I mean, no, we're going to go play golf.
I know.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I played a little when I was a young teenager. My father and I guess he thought that was our good bonding thing. And I remember, so cute, he took his old clubs and sawed off to make a child's, we weren't the Rockefellers. And we would go out and bang it around. And I don't know. There's something about it that I just never... Too much walking and not enough action. And
most courses, actually, you don't even have to walk. You should just drive around.
No, I'm saying
drive around and
driving is. I just that to me is not sport like driving.
I thought that way for many years. Although
I know
I fell in love with the game.
I know.
I did, but I only fell in love 10 years ago. I fell in love with the game of golf when my world changed and I didn't really.
And golf was therapeutic.
It was very, very, very therapeutic. Because it takes a lot of time. It took up, I knew I was going to have time, and I'm like, Jesus.
Have you tried drugs? I'm not saying it's better or worse than golf. I'm just saying it's certainly easier to.
Yeah.
No. Did you hear Snoop quit?
I read that headline. I don't.
He took it back now.
I heard there was a little walk back.
It was a promotion. He's promoting a fireless smoke pit.
That's brilliant.
I mean, a smokeless fire pit.
That's brilliant.
It kind of is, yes.
I mean,
yeah, you're right. It is
a little skeezy, but kind of brilliant.
Well, it's like when it's him, you just go, you plugged this, and it's like adorable. I could see somebody else doing it, and people thinking they didn't like it.
Maybe I should try something like that.
Yeah. No, you and I are too. We're not cuddly like that. We're straightforward.
Yeah.
So some people are always going to fall away.
Yeah. Whereas
other people like Snoop, they're just bigger than life, and
getting bigger. It's shocking.
What is?
Snoop, just keep, you will watch Monday Night Football or whenever it is, he's there with Stapleton. It's like, this guy just gets, there's a fucking Corona commercial with, sitting, it's just, good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I guess this has happened gradually, so I didn't realize it was this tsunami of Snoop mania. But, it's interesting when you do watch show figures, the way some can transition as we all go through life's passages.
Yeah.
Some can transition and some cannot. For some people, it's like you hit 40, it's like when talkies come in. Like.
Are you know what I think you should? I think you should moderate a presidential debate.
I think that's a great idea, but the chances of that happening are zero.
Zero.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some number less than zero.
Are you kidding? I am literally and I wear this as a badge of honor. I am literally the last person that they would trust to do that.
Right.
As you can see.
I saw that clip with Cruz the other day. I was obviously
Ted Cruz?
Yeah. Fellow Texan.
Yes. The evil Ted Cruz. How horrible that I even talk to him. This is what I get from some.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the right view.
It's not. Of course it's not. And I tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, you should tell them to go fuck themselves.
Their idea is, if I have somebody like Ted Cruz on, what I should do is immediately punch them in the nose when they walk out.
And God forbid you share a laugh over something.
Right.
But that's not going to. That doesn't get anybody anywhere.
No.
I enjoyed it, and then I saw some of the stuff. But look. I wouldn't probably vote for Ted Cruz, but Ted Cruz is no idiot. I mean, he's a smart guy.
Well, and that could be.
And you can totally disagree.
No, he's Harvard and Yale. He's very smart, which makes him, if he's evil, all the more evil. And I've seen him be evil. Not evil, but just not the direction I want the country to go, and nakedly just taking a position for political gain. I mean, he voted against the idea that it was a free and fair election in 2020.
Right.
And I busted him on it. For 5 minutes, I was yelling at him. That's still not enough for the people.
Right.
Like, how could you schmooze it up with Ted Cruz?
Right.
I didn't schmooze it up. Yeah, I did, and then I yelled at him. I told him, this is what I agree with you on, and this is what I don't.
Right.
Isn't that what you would do with any human being if you were trying to just get along with them?
Yeah.
I mean, if you had a neighbor who you only half agreed with, what would you try to do? Destroy them? Own them? No, you would just try to have a peaceable thing where we're not fighting.
Right. Be a neighbor.
And working, with each other on certain things that we can agree are the common good. Like building that fence to keep the Mexicans out. No, but that's what, well, Texas, that's your issue down there is immigration. I mean.
Yeah, although we just moved back. So it's been interesting to move back to Austin because we were in Colorado for 5 years. And obviously born and raised in Texas and moved to Austin in 1989. Austin was just a college town and it was the state capital and that was it.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden, a super nerd at the University of Texas dropped out, but he was building computers in his dorm room and, that became Dell Computers. And so, but those 5 years that we were gone, I didn't really follow Texas politics and the dynamics in Texas, and having moved back, it's you sort of have to. But it's an interesting state.
Austin and Nashville.
Yeah.
Those are the two cities
Great.
that have attracted a not gigantic, but considerable diaspora of liberal people from places like here.
Right.
I know some personally who just got fed up with, and I understand why. You know, I once tried to cut a tree down in my backyard and I couldn't do it, and I had 100 just like them. I mean, California is the regulation state. Yeah. Try to just build a shed here, and you're in bureaucracy for years. Taxes are insane.
Mm-hmm.
Homeless. I could go on. We're not leaving because we love the sunshine and we're dug in here.
Look at the day. I mean,
but some people do, and this is where they go. They go to Austin because it's not like you're in some hick place. It was always cool,
right? And
now it's cool, and of course, the bigger it gets, that always threatens cool,
right?
Yeah, I have the T-shirt that says "Keep Austin Weird."
Weird, but at the end of the day, I mean, look, you and I both lived in Los Angeles today. Like, if this is a country club, it's a pretty fucking nice country club. I mean, how great was today? Like, and my wife, like,
exactly.
it was actually getting annoying after a while. You know, like every hour was like, you know, I could live here. And I said, you know, it starts out with, I agree, I could too. Next hour, you know, God, I think I could live here. I'm like, all right, hang on. But she's right.
Well,
like,
I mean, I've said this before, but
you talked about taxes. What do country clubs have? They have dues, right? If you're a member of some shithole country club, guess what?
No,
the dues are really low. Bill.
Such a great way to put it, because that's exactly what it is. It's
so tough shit. You're a member of a really nice country club, so your dues are a little higher, pal.
Right. It's so true. But
meanwhile, Texas, we have no dues.
Right.
But you know,
you get what you pay for.
What I love about Austin, and just the growth and influx of people and wealth and all this stuff into Austin. You know, folks would come to Austin for South by Southwest, 75. It's like today in LA, right? 75, sunny, no humidity. They're like, this is one of the coolest fucking places ever.
Right.
Or they come for ACL Fest in October, same temps. They're like, this is amazing.
Right. But the summer.
They're like, we're moving.
Right.
And I go, guys, call me in. Don't even call me in August, because I know you're going to be miserable in August, but call me in like when you're trick-or-treating with your kids and you're fucking sweating your face off.
Really?
Right.
That late?
It wasn't this year. It was actually nice this year, but I have been on trick-or-treats with my kids where I'm like, okay.
And why do we attribute this to global warming? You think?
I mean, I've lived there long. I mean, I don't, you know, I'm not a, you know, climate specialist, but it's hot. It's hot. Look, Austin can have.
There's the ad. I'm not a climate specialist.
Well, I'm not. I mean,
it's hot, folks.
But I'm also not a climate denier. I mean, I'm not sure. But Austin has 100 days over 100. Like, come on, that's a lot.
Yeah, and we never used to have that. And of course, I mean, there's weather and there's climate. Weather fluctuates. Of course, there are some years that are hot. For years, the Republicans, cynically, people like Ted Cruz did this, used the year 1998 as a arbitrary starting point, and then they would, whatever year they were talking in 2015 or whatever, say, from 1998 to 2015, yes, because 1998 was an abnormally hot year.
Right.
But in the graph, it really sticks out, because over a century, there's going to be a couple of those things. But the line, that's climate that goes in one direction, and it's going in the wrong direction.
I agree.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. Yeah. But I also agree, yeah.
Now, we can argue, and people do, or they should, about like what's the best way to tackle this, you know, nuclear, you know, for example.
Totally.
You're totally for it?
Yes.
Yeah, I am too, and I've struggled.
Having said that, I'm not a climate specialist, but everything. Look, every other. Go back and compare us with Western Europeans. And nuclear energy is.
Like, we don't need to have be a specialist to have that opinion.
Yes,
I'm for building a new highway. I'm not a dump truck.
Right. But this is an issue of branding. If it was called something else, right? Nuclear energy. If you called it, I don't know, Bill Energy or whatever.
Right.
It'd be a different brand, right? The brand
That's
has a
good
stigma.
point. Yeah, people. It's the same word that we use for nuclear bombs and of course
other nuclear accidents.
Well,
just rebrand. We've rebranded everything, Bill.
Yes, I couldn't agree more.
By the way, they rebranded oil and gas. It's now the energy sector.
Right. You're
they
right.
They rebranded
yes.
Gambling.
Gaming.
They rebranded liquor. It's now
spirits.
They rebranded marijuana. Cannabis. We can rebrand anything. Ooh, got him thinking. How did I stump you on the one fucking thing that all I've seen you consume? How did you were like, what is the new brand?
Right. No, you're right. Medical marijuana. You know, I mean, that's obviously a sham. I mean,
let's just rebrand it.
Yeah, you're right. Nuclear is a scary kind of word, but look, Lance, it's also actually scary. The main reason that this is a problem isn't the branding thing, although you're right, that's in there. The main reason is that when it does go bad, as in Fukushima, as in Chernobyl, as in 3 Mile Island, it can go very bad.
Right.
It's in that way, it's a lot like the COVID lab where they were studying gain of function, where COVID certainly possibly came out of. At least we're on that page now. It certainly could have, and I think likely was from the lab.
Right.
Is it worth it? Is the question you would ask about that. I would say no, let's not study it, because if it does get out, we create this superbug, then we've created the thing we were trying to stop. And with nuclear, I would say, well, it's similar. Like, if it does go bad, yes, you can have a really existential problem. Can we just do it in a way where, no, you just can't fuck up? You know, when you fly over the country, what you mostly see is nothing.
Nothing.
You see, I mean, I don't mean that insultingly to the people who live in nothing land. Of course, there are things down there, but it is amazing how much of the country is. I guess they're farms, a lot of it, or you know, just
flyover states.
Right, and that's not fair because we love many of the places in those flyover states that we fly to.
By the way, I mean, you know, you were asking about me riding a bike the other day. I mean, those would be the perfect places to ride a bike through, right? Just nothing, no cars. What is the cyclist, or what, you know, when I'm out riding, what is the one thing you don't want to see is a car? Somebody like, wow, I'm just out here by myself. This is amazing. I get this shit to myself. That's amazing. So, meanwhile, a lot of them are really flat and hot and windy.
Is this why you're moving back to Austin, for this kind of peace of mind?
I got sick of my wife is from Colorado, so she'll kill me for, she knows this, but she'll kill me for reminding her. But the 7 months of snow and snow on the ground just got too much. So it's been good to be back. I actually don't ride that much in Austin just because of the growth. But you know, I grew up swimming, so I swim with the team that I trained with before I left.
Well, I tell you, Austin has the potential to be a really important city in history. I know that sounds like exaggerating, but it has, you know, if we're ever going to bring this country together, it'll probably be in a place like Austin because it's a very blue place, surrounded by red.
I think it's that blue. I don't know.
Austin?
I think that, and this is just my impression, but I think it's changed. I think it's if anything, it's purple.
Right. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay. But
yes.
When I moved there in 1989, I mean, this thing was as bright blue as you can be. And I watched it change over the years, and I watched Wealth move there, and you just notice, like, look, what the fuck do I know? Like, I don't go around and ask, like, my friends, like, I know what my friends are into, but as a parent, and you got to go to, you know, the school carnival and all this shit, or the, you know, the birthday parties, or, I mean, you start to notice over time, you're like, I'm not so sure you've voting for Bill Clinton,
Right.
or Barack Obama. And as the years went on, and I do think it's there's a mix there, which maybe that's good, to your point.
Yes, because there was nothing wrong with voting for Mitt Romney.
I'm so sorry.
That's
We just got an ESPN notification. What could possibly be going on?
On ESPN?
Yeah.
They're
Lance
selling.
Armstrong just admitted again. By the way, nothing wrong with Mitt Romney. And
I was going to say, right.
Give me Mitt Romney all fucking day long.
Exactly. I look
outside
back.
of I'm not sure how I square up with the religion thing but even then I'm fine. Like just give me a self-made real guy who seemingly just gives a fuck about doing the best thing. What's wrong with that?
Right. No, and I didn't vote for any of them. But I always looked at it like I always would give the Republican a chance. I just literally thought Clinton was better than Bush and Dole. I literally thought Obama was better than, just down the line.
Mm-hmm.
But John McCain wasn't a bad guy. Either was Mitt Romney, even George W. Bush. I look back and yeah, nobody was harder on that guy. And he was kind of a doofus, but there's a few things that made me understand, okay, it could have been a lot worse, and then it got a lot worse.
Right.
It got a lot worse.
Look, I mean, history is going to look.
I just want to go back to that time.
Yeah.
When it was like, Obama against John McCain. Yeah, I know who I'm voting for, but it's like I'm not going to blow my brains out if the other guy wins, and he's not going to run the world weirdly.
Yeah.
And in fact, most people wouldn't know who the fuck was president. Right. At any given time.
Or, look, by the way, he's still alive, right?
Who?
W. Let's just use W. So ask him.
As much as he ever was, he's alive, yes.
Well, ask him. Listen, I mean, what does he think? He'll tell you this is insanity. He can't believe it.
But you're friends with him, right?
I haven't talked to W in a long time, but I would consider myself a friend. I really...
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. And I disagreed with almost all of the politics. But you know what, Bill? At the end of the day,
yeah.
No, he
wasn't doing it for George Bush.
Here's the punchline.
He was just trying to. He thought this is what he thought in his Texas fucked up mind.
At the end of the day, I really, really like the guy.
Yes.
You can't be around. The guy is so fucking likable. He's like a grown frat boy. I fucking love the guy.
Okay, that's not what we want as president.
No, but that's what we got.
Okay, but that's not making me.
I didn't realize.
Trying to make up with him, and you just ruin it again. He's not really a frat boy, is he?
Listen. Let me give you a great story. This is a great story. So W really got into cycling. It's in specifically mountain biking. Him, yeah. So he had this ranch outside of Waco. He invited me up after the Tour de France in 2005 to go mountain biking with him on his ranch. So, I mean, it's the fucking president. And I said, absolutely, Mr. President. So drive up there, go riding with him. And it's in August. It's right after the tour. It is 100. It's hotter than donut grease. And we go out on this mountain bike ride, and we get done, and he's got this his house is, it's kind of a nice little pool in the middle. He says, hey, should we go for a swim? And I said, sure, Mr. President. So I get my shit on, and the next thing you know, he comes out with his swim trunks on. And
is this a gay story?
No, it's not.
Oh, shit.
But I'm already in the pool, and I'm not kidding you, this is the President of the United States of America. The motherfucker dives in the pool and comes up right in front of me. And he says, so, who's the biggest dickhead in a Peloton? And I'm sitting there in the middle of what is the President of the United States of America's pool in the middle of Texas. And I'm like, this motherfucker is the most powerful man in the world.
Wow.
And he just wants to know who the biggest dickhead is. This is Cowboys and Indians, right? Who? And I'm like, oh, I don't even know how to answer the question.
Well, yeah, you're bringing back memories of Bush now. And yeah, That's it. Yeah, I was trying to like remember him more fondly, but yeah, and that unfortunately, I wish I could say, well, you can separate that from the guy who invaded Iraq stupidly. You can't really,
You can't.
because that's who that guy is, and that's what that guy is going to do. Don't mess with Texas. So
Don't forget the influence of Dick Cheney, but
okay, but that itself is a character flaw.
right. But
to put your country in the hands of somebody else.
By the way, Bill, I mean, this was 2004. I was the poor sap who had to ride around fucking Europe in a jersey that said the United States Postal Service right after this. Wildly unpopular world.
I never thought of that.
The fucking freedom fries and all the shit people said. I'm riding around in a United States Postal Service jersey, red, white, and blue.
So what
Let's
did
go.
people do? Did they spit on you and like yell bad?
Yes is the answer to that. But
really?
Of course.
Just because you're American.
Well, you got to remember, 2004 was tour number 6. So I had a good 5+ years of doing my own stupid shit to guarantee that these people were pissed. And keep in mind,
I guess I'm forgetting that. But
keep in mind, if you're riding around the roads of France during the Tour de France, that doesn't mean it's all French people. No, my biggest rival was German, and my second biggest rival was Italian. We'd go to the Pyrenees. There was a huge team sponsored by the Basque government. They would take over the Pyrenees. So it wasn't like a bunch of French people hating on us. It was Europe. But yeah, 2004 is like, man, they were like, and they knew I had this relationship with the president. So it played into this whole narrative, which is, it just is what it is. And the crazy thing, because as hard as the Europeans tried to bring me down, they never could. It took the Americans.
Yes.
It took the Americans.
Of course.
It took the Americans.
It's always the person closest to you.
Yeah, and so
of course.
But hey, it happened, and
well, this country does love the build them up, tear them down thing. They just it's their little Madonna whore complex. I don't get it. But they love both those stories and not much in between. Right. But that's also why they like redemption. Like, you could run for office now, even though it would be like,
that's
unthinkable.
Not going to happen. But
no, I'm not suggesting it, and I always try to dissuade celebrities.
Yeah.
I've counseled Mr. The Rock,
yeah,
who thinks he can be president. I'm sure he's a great guy, and I hear him talk about his leadership skills. Mm-hmm. That's not what matters, and it's not going to help. Yeah, everybody likes your movies, Republicans, Democrats. It has nothing to do with running the world.
Right.
The fact that you think you can run the world tells me you have terrible judgment. Mm-hmm. Because you need to know things, not be taught things on the first day. Right. On the first day, you need to know, what's TPP?
Right.
Where's
looking around the room like, wait, what just happened?
What is reconciliation? Yeah. Who's the president of India? I could name like 500 things you need to know. It's an actual, calling government service.
Yep.
It's not because the movies have dried up, because I never got married,
I didn't know that. I just assumed you had a wife and kids.
Really?
Yeah. I asked Chris when I got here. I was like, how many kids does Bill have?
Lance, you're not gonna have to admit something. You've never once seen my show. Okay. That's okay.
No, hang on a second.
We've been down this road before where you lie and then you have to and then you have to cop to the lie.
Reconcile.
I just would be more happy if we right from the beginning, and it's totally okay. I didn't watch all your races.
I don't watch a lot of TV, but I see all the clips. Look, I watched the whole fucking Jake Tapper thing. I like this shtick. But in watching all the clips, I never caught the clip where you said I never got married, or I never had kids, or I hate women, or whatever you said.
I definitely didn't say I hate women.
I know that, but
if I didn't love them so much, I would have gotten married.
Let's see.
Yeah. Well, people don't get married either because they don't like women at all, or they like them a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that.
No, I was just glad too that I was, because there was a minute that I thought I was going to be on that show.
Oh my gosh!
I thought I was like, how am I going to
on Real Time? Yeah, the HBO
talking,
show.
right?
Yeah, no,
that'd be bad.
Yeah. Well, that's why this is so much fun for me.
Yeah,
that
I
thing
love your setup. It's amazing.
Oh, I love getting to. When else would I have the opportunity to get to know you?
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, when they told me that you were booked, I was like, oh wow, I was like giddy that day. I was like, that is so cool.
Yeah.
We got Lance Armstrong to come here. The first man on the moon.
Exactly. It's
Do you know that your name does?
Yeah, I agree.
This is how famous you are. When they asked the question of,
I saw a clip. You guys did a clip where you asked some chick on the street.
It wasn't me. I was showing.
Well, I know, but I said you guys asked some girl on the street.
I didn't, but no,
you said,
I was
who was
showing,
the first man on Mars or the moon? And she said,
no. Let me tell it. I lived it.
You weren't there.
I was showing a clip from TikTok of a guy who does a man on the street thing, which is a ripoff of what Jay Leno used to do called jaywalking, where you ask regular people questions that should be common knowledge, and it reveals how fucking stupid this country is. Okay, so the question was, who was the first man to walk on the sun?
Come on.
I swear to God.
Somebody did send me this, but I don't remember the sun part.
And the second part was Lance Armstrong. Of course it was Lance Armstrong. Not only does she not understand the sun part, but then gets the name wrong. It's so perfect. So you played a part in history. But yes, your name comes up a lot when that question is asked of Gen Z, who walked on the moon.
It makes that whole Icarus thing just even more...
I could see us weaving that into this movie we're going to make with Chris Evans, an Icarus plot, flying too close to the sun. I mean,
I think that's right.
That'd be a good name for a dog.
Icarus.
I'm looking for dog names now because my dogs are getting very, very old.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Gee, Lance.
Well, I mean, they don't live as long as...
You sound so sincere.
No, we have a dog.
What a guy. No, I know. But I'm sure you've been through when a dog dies. It's the worst, right?
I didn't grow up with dogs, but we now have a dog.
Well, it's going to die and you're going to be sad.
Yeah, I know. But
Barbra Streisand cloned her dog. Do you know that?
Was that in her book just now?
It is in her book. I'm sure it is. I have not read it all, although I read some of it, and it's actually fantastic. But she's famous for doing it. I mean, she had a little white ball of fur, and then it cloned. I mean, it's not a sired animal. It's cloned.
Huh.
So, just saying, there are options, and I'd like to show you a few brochures.
Okay.
No, but I'm going to let things happen naturally. By the way, if you could levitate and go pass through that ceiling and go up about 10 feet and then turn around about 10 feet that way, you would see a dog graveyard.
Oh, wow.
I've personally buried all my dogs that I've had. I have 4 graves.
Whoa.
They're bowls.
I think I'll, I'm going to stay down here if that's all right.
But
what's in that? Now I'm Lance Armstrong levitating to the dog grave. What the fuck?
But, their bowls that they use serve as their headstones.
Oh, wow.
And I personally dug the graves because I find it's very cathartic to dig your own dog's grave. And it's not easy because the dirt is not just...
Right. I don't...
There's rocks and roots. And,
by the way, our dog's young. I don't want to think about this.
This is okay. But so I've been thinking about the dog names that I want to have them picked out when the new dogs come.
Donald
is not
on
one
the short
that's
list.
On the short list. No. But I like Icarus. That is a cool name for a dog.
It was a great documentary. I don't know if you saw the Brian Fogel documentary. Icarus. No. Well, it won the Academy Award for Best Documentary. So
about what?
About oddly enough, this is actually a great backstory about the government, essentially the government-sponsored doping program in Russia.
Oh.
So he won the Academy Award probably 6 or 7 years ago. And this guy reached out to me when he first had the idea. This guy, Brian Fogel, who now has the little fucking statue on his fireplace at home or wherever the hell, his office or whatever. This guy calls me and says, I have this idea. I'm going to make this documentary. And I'm going to take all the drugs that you guys supposedly took, and I'm going to prove that you can't get caught, right? You can get around it. And I'm like, I don't think I can help you. I think this is a bad idea. But that's a bit.
So he was saying he could beat the test.
Yes. And I said, who is overseeing this program for you? And he says, I have this Russian doctor who of course has become who he's become. And at that point, I'm like, okay, this call is over. There's no way you have some doctor guiding you through. He had the actual doctor who was at the heart of it all. It's an amazing documentary. I mean, obviously it's amazing. It won the Academy Award, but the way he sort of, came into this story, unbelievable.
So can he? Does he? Can you do that?
Yes, you can.
He did.
Yeah. But
he was able to mask it completely.
It's not so much masking. Look, I mean,
but you did things. I mean, when you're doing them, you're always doing things to foil the.
No. Well, in a sense, you would foil the system, but what I always said, and I'm not trying to justify anything that I ever said as something I would want to repeat again, but one of the lines was, I've been tested 500 times, I've never failed a drug test. That's not a lie. That is the truth. There was no way around the test. When I pissed in the cup and they tested the piss in the cup, it passed. Now, the reality and the truth of all of this is some of these substances, primarily the one that is the most beneficial, has a 4-hour half-life. So certain substances, whether it be cannabis or anabolics or whatever, have much longer half-lives, right? You could smoke that joint and go to work driving your tractor or going to whatever in 2 weeks and test positive because the half-life is much longer. With EPO, which was the rocket fuel that changed not just our sport, but every endurance sport, you have a 4-hour half-life. So it leaves the body very quickly. And with a 4-hour half-life, you can just do the math.
Right.
Yes, he did it all, and it's an amazing documentary.
There must be side effects that EPO has that concerned you about your general health.
Effects. So there's
nothing. It seems like every time you do anything inside the body, there is some aftermath effect downstream. What is it for this one? It can't be. Is it completely natural? It can't be.
It's not natural, but look, I again, just like I'm not a climate specialist, I'm not a
well, you know a lot about this.
I do know a lot about this, and what I would tell you, and I'm not, I hedge a little because of this. I don't want to encourage anybody to do something that they just don't have to do.
But the truth is you had a drug that was undetectable, that was wildly beneficial. To recovery.
To performance and recovery. Both are important, but primarily to performance. Your top end, when it's time to race, 10%.
Right.
10%. And as we were led to believe, which I don't disagree with, that if taken under the care of a doctor, was safe.
That's bullshit because
nope.
What? But 3 words, Dr. Conrad Murray.
But, well,
I'm just saying you can have there are all sorts of quacks who will sign on to anything, especially for celebrities.
Okay.
So that one means nothing to me.
And again, I'm not justifying our usages or anybody's use, but how do you then understand, right? You go look at a large pool of folks who did, right? So we had thousands of guys in our generation.
No.
So if there was whatever it was,
Look,
whether
the fact that you're sitting here now, all these years later, tells me just on a common sense level, well, it's not that bad. Now maybe your gallbladder will fall out of your ass in 5 years, but it looks.
And then I'll come back and I'll be. It'll be.
I mean,
no, but the testing pool, so to speak, or the sample pool was large. There were thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of us who made this choice. Again, not justifying that. I feel like we would have started to hear, that people's, what did you just say, fell out of my ass? My
gallbladder.
My gallbladder. I mean, if that were a thing,
yeah, but sometimes
that would be a headline.
But sometimes
100 cyclists from the 90s just had their gallbladder fall out of their ass.
That's what I'm saying. By now it would.
Right.
Not after 5 years. You have to give it some time. But I bet that whatever that shit you were doing hurt you less than the amount of liquor I was consuming in that era.
Right.
Because that was my Tour de France, was to get from one end of Sunset Boulevard to the next, drinking in every bar.
Yeah. Well, it turns out one of them was banned and one of them wasn't. And one of them, you didn't walk around town or around the world telling people that you didn't drink from one end of Sunset to the other.
I'm just saying.
That's the problem.
I'm just saying, when I look back, I realize, like, what you can do to your body changes. It's almost too good when you're in your 20s because you can abuse it so badly and still function and get up the next day.
I agree. What you said at the top of the show, like I'm with you. I'm not 67, but I'm not far behind. It's I mean, I had my daughter's 22nd birthday last night. She was, and we went down to dinner and having wine. She said, "Dad, let's go out." And I'm like, no.
No, come on.
Like, I would be, I wouldn't have shown up today.
It's not the season of your life.
I would have had to cancel.
Yeah, no.
On one of my favorite guys. I watch every show.
No, I mean, you can only slow it down. You can only run so fast from the monster that is always chasing you, which is ill health, and it will catch you at some point. So everybody dies of something. Well, unless AI, that's my big hope. I feel very strong and confident that AI is going to get this done, this whole death thing.
It's not going to get the death thing done, but it's going to help a lot of things. Well,
let's be optimistic. Lance.
Well, let's be optimistic, but how about we just start with like 2 different types of cancer? Or 2 different types of diabetes, or 2 different, it's certainly going to speed that stuff up.
And we would hope. I mean, my argument.
Are you worried about AI?
I am worried about AI.
Like, if you just said, okay, if just say AI, does that strike fear, or is that a hopeful thing?
It's both. It's the.
Well, which one is more prevalent?
Because the honest answer is because I am 67, I am willing to roll the dice on all the bad parts to see if it can, because it's been a very long time since we declared the war on cancer. And this is part of my argument always when health matters comes up, especially like recently with the pandemic, and I totally was not on the page of how the government handled it. Not being an anti-vaxxer, but there's a lot of open fairway there between anti-vaxxer and just blindly doing what. Oh shit! I knocked some shit in.
I didn't want to say anything, but I did
blindly
notice
doing whatever the government says.
I did notice a few of those things.
I'm not going to drink ash. I smoke enough of it. But they cannot convince me that it's a good idea to sit there and say, well, we are the government officials, or we have the white lab coats, and so we're just saying do this, don't ask any questions. when you haven't even figured out cancer or Parkinson's or MS or thousands of things.
These are way more complicated.
What is?
Well, just use cancer as an example. I mean, cancer is...
No, but I'm just saying, you can't have so many, there can't be so many things in medicine that they either don't know or have reversed themselves on. And then tell me when something new comes along, no debate. If you debate it, then you're going against the science. There is no "the" in science. We have to always debate it because we don't know, and you're not good at it. You haven't proved yourself to be good at it. Cure cancer and come back and talk to me about blindly following you. But you can't even get that one.
Well, I would probably defend them a little. I mean, the cancer. Well,
you and your ball again.
No.
Just take your ball and go home.
It's been 27 years, and I'm still sitting here, and I feel better than ever. But to that point, cancer is one word. Cancer is hundreds of diseases. Right. So look, I'm sitting here right now. I'm sure you have an aunt or a neighbor or a friend who's surviving breast cancer, or or somebody that survived prostate cancer. These are all different diseases. We get tricked by looking at the one word, which is cancer.
No, I'm very happy.
And there will not be a moonshot here. Like, nobody's coming in tomorrow going, AI just cured cancer.
Well,
it's not happening. We have to go disease by disease by disease.
Okay, but that is, no, I don't think that's quite as pessimistic as you painted. I think that that AI could do that.
Well, that would be great.
Yeah, it would definitely be great. I don't see why it couldn't if it is at this level where it. But we don't know. But I definitely think that that's something to have a lot of hope for. Because I don't mind dying. I just don't want to be the last guy who didn't benefit from the cure for death. Like, if we did this one day earlier, we could have saved Bill Maher, but he died, and then we got the cure on a Thursday. Oh, fuck. You know what I mean?
God. Have you tracked the Captagon thing?
Captagon, what's that?
Exactly.
What is Captagon?
Look it up. I'll send you an article.
I can't now. Just tell me.
So Captagon, and I didn't, just so you know, I didn't know what Captagon was until about a month ago, and I did a workout with this author who's really good, a guy named Michael Easter. He wrote The Comfort Crisis and just has a new book out. But so we did a workout in Austin, and he was telling me about researching for the new book and how he went to Baghdad to research the use of Captagon. And I said, what the fuck is Captagon? Meanwhile, everybody listening is like Googling. And so Captagon is they call it sort of a poor man's cocaine. It's a mix between meth and coke. They found the Captagon pills or tablets on a lot of some of the Hamas guys that got killed. They had them in their pocket.
Oh yeah, speedy stuff.
But it's more than. But there's something about it. And so so as Syria fell, and then what's his face went in and took over all the pharmaceutical companies. Syria is basically a narco state now, and they're making Captagon. And all these Hamas guys that went across there, as was the case back in Iraq and et cetera with ISIS, they were taking Captagon.
Can you get some? No, I don't want. I just never tried that one.
What time is it?
It's time for me to pee. MVPs. Oh, it is. If I'm going to do a podcast, I'm going to do one that's very different. And there was none with a nighttime feel.
One of my idols is coming toward me, and I have an ice cold beverage.
I'll gather you decorated yourself.
Decorating is a strong word. That is the point of Club Random. We do not have an agenda here. I brought you something from my garden.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice. Have you ever seen a zucchini that big? I think it's a little better than nice.
It's substantial.
Is this the show, by the way? You just walked out here. Are we doing the show? Or is this
I love that everybody asked me this. You know. First of all, the answer is yes. Did you get a drink?
Yeah, I'm doing a sulfate-free red wine. It's organic.
First of all, you already got it for me. I got the Hennessy and Coke right here.
You consider yourself health conscious.
To the extreme. as I pick up the liquor.
Because
I challenge you to find someone more health conscious than me. Can I get a light?
I like tequila more and more these days. Oh, my God, that's good.
Well, look, it's all poison. It's all poison, but different degrees.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm drinking 2 gallons of vodka a day?
Are you talking about yourself?
Yeah.
Gallons?
Gallons, the big handle.
I know what a gallon is.
2.
Something about music goes right to the pussy.
If I was a plumber or a dentist, it wouldn't be the same thing. I get it.
Well,
and you don't have to
if
be
you were a
this-
dentist, you'd be a lot of drilling.
Guy came backstage. He goes, "I've got liquid LSD," and he filled our hands, and I must have taken like 25 hits of LSD.
You could have died.
Fucking 2 days. That's what I'm saying.
About
I
it.
have a pain.
Really?
It's gone.
Okay.
just live for another 20 minutes.
That's all we need.
Because and then we're wrapped.
I always get back to like having done a show for 10 years about the good old days.
Right. Yeah.
My conversation, I would get asked about Mad Men saying like, don't you wish, man, don't you wish? And I go, I'm a fan of painless dentistry. I'm like, no, it's better now.
The thing I liked about Olivier was that
His balls tasted.
whenever I had what? He wouldn't let me ask the question. He was always busy probing me.
I'll
Always
bet
ask-
he was. I'll bet he was very busy probing you.
Oh,
So a psychopath is a predatory parasite. And it's not, and that means they're very, very low in agreeableness, no empathy, tend to be callous.
Like, who are some people who fit this description?
Ted Bundy?
Let me put it another way. Who are some people running for president now who fit?
Well, that's an open question, right?
Well, it's a true thing. And, well, I will, excuse me, Bill, stop laughing like a dog, okay? Bill Maher is a lefty lunatic. You have a case of the Trump derangement syndrome, and a lot of people are saying it. He used to like me a lot more before we got a little too political for Bill.
I have trouble saying no. Just put it there.
Oh, you have trouble saying no.
To benefits and to gigs I don't want to
Well,
do.
why didn't you just say so? You're like the Pete Davidson of your generation. Like the guy everybody goes, wow, how did he get all those girls?
It's always how. It's so horrible. It always starts with how.
I lay on my back off the bed and they get to stand and just like be like right humping them, like right where the mattress hits.
I feel like the chances of the Family Research Council repeating this show anywhere are...
Who was the Family Research Council?
Like a super Christian organization. I don't know any thruples.
I know 2.
Can you describe them?
There were 3 men together.
Like the Three Stooges. Listen to this. This is way before I even knew what a gay person was. They slept in the same bed, and they would introduce each other as my partner, even though they were in no specific business.
You look cuter on stage than you do off stage. There's something about that thing,
So my theory that rock stars get a lot of pussy is the correct...
It is absolutely correct. A lot of them do.
Okay.
He crossed
a sacred thing when you go onto a stage. The stage is sacred.
Yes.
Since then, Chappelle got tackled.
Yes.
Salman Rushdie.
I mean, are you really afraid like that?
I'm afraid on stage.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
He was based on a guy from San Diego. His real name is very close to Spicoli. Sean, he didn't really audition. He said, I know this character. I grew up with this character. I lived in Malibu.
He's a surfer, dude.
And we said, well, do it. And he goes, hire me and I'll do it. And we actually hired him.
I couldn't get a job in LA, so I went to New York. We paid $375 down, which included the security deposit on an apartment. So I got dressed and I get in the elevator. And next to me is the most exotic, beautiful woman I've ever seen. And I've got to figure out a line. And I'm shy. And the elevator starts going down, and I got to come up with something. And my line was, do you know where the garbage goes in this building? And her response was,
Yeah, you take it right down to...
it was a man. And I'm hearing Lou Reed in my head, take a walk on the wild side.
Hi.
Michael Jackson. He's rehearsing And, you know, it's intermittently with Dr. Conrad Murray, currently now my personal doctor.
Is he really?
No.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I'm like, wow.
Yes.
No wonder you look so good.
Thank you.
It's very strange, actually. It's really strange because you just forget where you are.
Well, that's the nicest compliment you could give me. Here I am, lonely in my little club random, all by myself, smoking my blunts.
My wife won't be watching this. She's in Spain.
Do you want any?
No, thank you.
You never smoke pot.
Oh.
What do you think?
You
it
mix
was?
it in the cigar? Because otherwise, that's the biggest joint I've ever seen in my life.
Well, you must have seen a blunt, Chris.
No.
Come on.
No.
Your family, you've never seen a blunt?
No, I have.
Okay.
Cinetise put Buster Keaton ahead of the other three.
Who put them ahead?
Cinetise.
Who?
Cinetise, film buffs.
I thought you were saying the name of some Spanish intellectual.
No, Cinetiste.
Cinetiste,
I
of
said
course.
it. I said it clearly.
17th century Jesuit
I
priest.
said it.
We had dinner with Gregory Peck, went out to my limo, we smoked a joint.
Who's we?
Me and you. It's Stoner.
If you're truly following the way of Christianity, you will be a good steward of this place because this is where heaven is.
You know, this would be a really successful episode if you got me to be a Christian by the end of it. I'm telling you, this thing would fucking explode on the internet. On the boat.
This is a real Jesus. This is a Jesus moment. This is a real Jesus moment, dude.
Who's the person that's been most wasted or stoned in here?
You have to watch the Richard Dreyfuss episode. And that will answer your question.
So, this girl, who was the picture of perfect innocence and beauty.
And, oh God, now everybody's gonna be doing the Dreyfuss.
No.
Well, he had a rough day.
And
innocence, you say?
Oh, yeah.
I learned more about Richard Dreyfuss than I ever wanted to know.
Incestuous Thoughts was the engine that drove my masturbation.
Really?
Yes.
I'm telling you, Bill, I'm being honest with you. We're comedians, right? We're jaded when it comes to laughter. And
when I laugh, it's an honest laugh.
Right, but with Richard Dreyfuss, I was truly, like, it actually broke kind of parts of my personality, and my girlfriend, wife, was screaming at me. She was like, "You're gonna wake up the kids."
You have children, right?
I do not have children.
Thank God. No kids? Never no slip-ups?
Not to
no.
my knowledge. I don't enjoy them. I never have. I didn't like kids when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Really? You parents fucked it up having to negotiate with a child for what restaurant you're going to go to.
Let's not forget,
that
we've
is
also...
astoundingly, I don't know why I'm so mad. I don't have For many millions and millions of people, the purpose of living is to avoid having children. You know.
Do you like kids? Do you actually like kids?
Why do you ask me this question for? Of course I don't like kids.
You ask me questions about kids. I'm asking
Jesus,
you.
But I just told you.
Yeah.
But weren't you the one who said everybody has a plan until they get hit?
Absolutely.
Now that's a great quote.
Even with me, with everybody in life in general, we have to realize that things can happen.
The day my divorce became final, I literally got the news and went to do Politically Incorrect.
Wow.
The next month, I had a Thanksgiving at home, and you came. You went to the children's table and you sat down and you said to my 8 and 6-year-old, said, "So, okay, are you ready now for your mom to start dating?"
I did. What did they say?
They cried.
When you're in the coffee clutch with your other egghead,
what did we talk about?
What's the gossip out there? What's putting a tingle in your anus?
That would be Uranus.
Right, when someone in an audience heckles, it's obvious they didn't get the joke. My friend George Wallace used to tell this story. He was on stage where I started out at Catch a Rising Star, and it's July. He says, well, I gotta go home and take my Christmas lights down. And the guy yells out, "You're a little late, pal."
I'm editing Pulp Fiction, and I'm watching this show, Politically Incorrect on Comedy Central, that I think is just amazing.
I remember.
And I like it so much that I'm going to my editor, Sally Minky. I'm like, "Hey, you know what they said? You know what they said last night?"
We were so buoyed by your fandom. You were our first fan. I swear to God.
I grew up on Bill Maher.
That's why I'm fucked up. I'm a fucked up kid.
This is so fucking cool. I'm just gonna fanboy out for a second, please. You bring me extreme fucking joy watching you say what nobody else will fucking say and mean it. You cut right through the fucking bullshit.
My parents are a really big fan of your show.
Because they're the ones who love me.
Well, I love you too.
Oh, good.
You're still one of my favorite guys on TV.
I appreciate
I like
that.
it. You're a straight shooter. That's all you can ask for in this world nowadays, man.
I never sell out. August 19th, he'll be at the Ovens Auditorium in Charlotte, North Carolina. June 16th and Saturday. Oh, I'm in Vegas. We got to go to Vegas together sometime. The Hard Rock, Northfield, Ohio, Saturday, May 20th, September 2nd. The Grand Prairie. I think that's Dallas. Texas Trust CU Theater. Okay. So
can I do a plug?
Yes, and Bobby, you're running for president of the United States. I think we have a clip of.
I don't want to win this election by seeing a political opponent eliminated by the federal police state.
Because it happened. It's like they made it up. But this country has done one thing that was more amazing than any other. The peaceful transference of power. So many countries cannot get this right.
Yes.
And one guy, your boyfriend Donald Trump,
Oh, come on.
broke this and
Come on,
fucked
don't
it.
give me the
That's
boyfriend
exactly
stuff.
what.
Come on. I'm running against him in this race, okay?
I think
I'm
you're
saying
running
this-
to be his vice president.
Well, I'm glad you smoked that view out. I've already said, and I'll say it again, I'm not going to work for any administration.
So you would say no to his...
Yeah, I would say no.
Somebody better wake the fuck up. Joe Biden, the Democrat, Donald Trump, the Republican. Trump would be a betting favorite.
And any 50-ish, not stupid, woke Democrat, that person can win.
I've had Senator Chris Murphy on my podcast. There's another guy.
Chris Murphy.
Yes.
So how old is he?
50-ish.
Yes.
He looks like he's
done.
But I'm just saying,
Chris
anything,
Murphy.
if you just
So as long as we know nothing about him, can we make him gay? It would help so much in the primary.
Okay.
It really would.
Well, maybe he's ambitious enough. I can ask him.
Have you ever had a homosexual experience?
No. Why are you? But it's
No.
early. I was never destined to be a gay man.
I don't know that I was destined to be a gay man. I happened to be married to one.
Sometimes I'm in a store or something and then they're like, there's some new way to pay or something.
That's
and I
right.
feel like the mermaid in Splash.
Yeah,
I want to
right.
go,
Well, I still don't know why you haven't got married, but I am fully understanding why nobody has ever married you.
just talking sports is a waste of your talent.
I worked for them for 16 years. They won't call me why.
Right.
They know that I'm not afraid. They don't want that.
And he finally said, "So are you a comedian?" And I said, "Yes, Mr. Leno." And he said to me, "How much time you got?" And I said, "About 8 minutes." He said, "Good." You know, most people I ask how much time you got. I got 6 hours. I can do 6 hours. I got 2 hours of clean, 2 hours of dirty. I got.
You know, I called Jimmy Kimmel and I said, "I'm getting offers from ABC. If they're talking to put me on 11:30, do you want to go on at 12:30? I think he said, "Yeah, he'd like to." I said, "Oh, okay." But I think maybe he was hurt by that, and I apologize to him for that.
But I don't want to make this all about, because I'm fine with him now. We've spoken.
Okay.
It's fine. But just for the, whatever, just the
I hate
facts.
it when two people I love don't like each other.
Oh, I do like John.
Oh,
no. We're not
good.
acrimonious in any way.
Okay.
We just have different directions, and have had since about 1975.
Oh, geez, look what I've stumbled into here.
Why did JFK Jr. die? I get into all this stuff.
Well, wait a second. I know why
Okay.
JFK Jr. died.
Tell me there was no bomb in the back of the plane.
You think there was a bomb in the back of the plane?
Possibility, that's all.
I don't trust the government.
I do. See,
You trust the government?
I trust the people who work in the deep state, bureaucrats. Yes, I do. The people with stale pizza on their desk and cold coffee. A sphere that is ruled by Satanists?
Yes.
Who are the Satanists?
At the very top sits the Bank of International Settlements in Bern, Switzerland.
I've got my savings account with them. If I say, okay, I agree with you
That's
on
all it
everything, can we move on?
So there's no, Russia does
Just tell
not
me what
want
the
it.
safe word
They
is.
keep saying Russia invades Ukraine.
I agree.
They don't want Ukraine.
So true.
Who wants Ukraine? It's a fucking mess. It's a sewer.
As I've always said. Okay, but just to be clear, people did land on the moon.
I don't know.
Okay, there we go.
I don't know.
I do know.
I just want to know why we didn't go back.
We did go back.
What, did we go back? What year?
To the moon?
In that era when Putin first came into office, you know, there was that famous poisoning of the, what's his name? The guy from, you gotta look at the London intelligence agencies, the English ones, MI5. For 10 years, he was worthless as an agent. He wasn't neoconservative. Don't forget the Project for the New American Century, the people who sent us into Iraq. They automatically assume that Putin is responsible for everybody. He's like a James Bond film. Dr. No does this, he does that.
It's exactly like a James
But he's
Bond
not.
film. He's exactly like a Bond villain. He should be stroking a cat every time you see him.
You haven't proven it to me, goddammit. Can I take a leak now?
Yes. You mean Putin was like, we have got to do something about this problem of people falling out windows. I think the floors are too slippery by the window. That is what we must work on.
So where were we? We were on something interesting. Before we got boring.
What were we talking about? It was very interesting.
People having different viewpoints, I think, or something.
We were talking about the cancel policy and the cancel world.
We're just talking about the early funny comedies.
How many times do you get a prostate check and enjoy it before you're gay?
5?
There you go. See, yeah, it's right there. Yeah.
I just don't like joking about.
Oh, Bella.
I know that you
Bella.
like to, but I
This
don't
is where
think
the
it's
anxiety.
funny.
Oh, for
I don't
fuck's
think
sake!
it's
What a
funny.
shame. Is there anything more pathetic in that fucking generation than begging for people to like you? Like me. No.
Like this thing I did. Like it, please like it. Please like. John, the drink I made you, was it good? Like it, please like it, John. Please like it.
My daughter came with me. My 18-year-old daughter is like woke as fuck. I mean, that's that generation.
Of course.
Comedy is the villain, and her dad is the fucking Joker. So I bring George on the road,
right?
And I watch her and her best friend Daisy go like this. Like, I said, I saw you laughing at that trans joke about ... And George goes, Dad, hold on. The way he says it, it's different. It's not. It's like he surprises you with the thing, and I go, yeah, it's called fucking comedy.
So who's at your shows? Every age?
Every night I'll say, how many people is your first time seeing Limp Bizkit? The whole place raises their hand.
Oh,
How
really?
many people are under 30 years old? The whole place raises their hand. I think the people who grew up liking Limp Bizkit probably are a little older, and they'd probably rather me do a Paul Newman and give them some salad dressing or some soap.
If we were sitting here with a couple of guys from the Chili Peppers and a couple of guys from other bands, we would all agree on one thing, which is that U2 is the ideal of being in a band that we all look up to because they function, they're more or less grew up on the same street and went to the same schools.
That's true of a lot of bands. That's the Beatles.
But the Beatles also, I mean, they lasted 6 years.
10.
You know.
You experienced the Beatles.
The end, I was old enough to know what I was experiencing.
Let me rephrase it. You experienced the Plastic Ono Band.
Paul McCartney flies commercial?
He was in Heathrow Airport, yeah. And a friend of a friend said, your Uncle Paul's outside. And I said, what? And we sat there chatting away for a little bit. And,
Well, but you have so much history with that guy. I mean, and again...
Yeah, but we've never, even done this.
Really?
He keeps telling me I've got so many stories about your dad that I've never told anybody. But we're just got to find the time and lock in a time to do that.
Do it like yesterday.
I know.
You've never invited me over. You've never invited
This sounds like the beginning of The Godfather.
No, but look at this place.
All the years, you never asked me to come for coffee. And now you come here on the day of my daughter's wedding.
You do impressions. I remember watching your stand-up. You do impressions.
Okay, let me do Rhett Butler's speech for you. I think it's very hard to win a war with words, gentlemen. What are you saying? I'm saying there's not a cannon factory in the whole South. Well, what difference does that make to a gentleman? Well, I'm afraid it's going to make a great deal of difference to a great many gentlemen. Marty's a huge Sinatra fan because he and I both know this album that we can't find anybody else who knows this.
I live alone. That hasn't always been easy to do for a single man.
I had to introduce this album to Seth MacFarlane, who is a Sinatra adore. I've been to town. I've crossed the highways
And the
down
harbors too. I've done some things I never thought I'd ever do.
Saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't fucking with her broke.
Baby, don't get hooked on me. Yeah, oh my God.
Because I'll just,
yes,
and I'll set you free. There's a great line in that where he goes, and it's warm where you're touching me. She rides around in a brand new
foreign car. The chances are the lady's a star. Yeah.
Whatever I did right in life, this to me is like one of the ultimate payoffs.
Just leave it at that.
I'll drink to that too.
That for whatever road led me here where I have enough cachet to have you want to come here and talk to me.
Come on, buddy.
Like two old white guys, we don't know. Should we do this?
I gotta go to bed, Bill.
Oh, that's honest. I gotta go.
I
gotta go back to what happened to you from the ages of 0 to 2?
I was modeling. I started modeling at 6 weeks old. Literally.
We're not when we're not filming, the drinks are not free.
I'm staying here, by the way, because this is, first of all, I can't get up. And secondly, it's so comfortable. All right, I'm up. Look at
You're running away from me now.
I know when to wrap up an interview. Since you were such an amazing guest, and since I've loved you for so long,
You can't go down on me.
I'm
That's
going
not
to
gonna-
blow you.